Hello everyone, I'm Colin Anthony, General Manager of Intellidex, which has just developed a new website linked to the new tax-free savings account. With me is Chairman Stuart, Theobald, who's going to tell us about it. The website, how does it work and what's the point of it?
Well, these products are being launched on the 1st of March. National Treasury has put a lot of effort into creating this new tax-shielded way of savings to get more South Africans to save. But among the features of them, Treasury has worked quite hard to make sure the costs are low for consumers. That makes it difficult for financial services providers to put a lot of money into marketing the products, into distributing the products through the normal financial advisor mechanisms that most savings products are sent out. So it's important for these products for consumers to be able to access them directly, to be able to educate themselves about how they work, but then also to be able to identify what products are out there and which products are available to suit them specifically. So we've tried to fill a gap to come to the market with an easy-to-use website that contains all that information, where both providers can place information about their products and consumers can easily access it.
So how does it work?
Well, we've developed a tool that allows consumers to tell us a few things about them and what their savings objectives are, and that tool then selects from a database of available products in the market that will fit their needs. So it'll assess things, for instance, like their risk tolerance, just how long they're planning to save for, what kinds of savings objectives they have. All of that information feeds into a tool that we've developed, and that then allows them to select a set of products.
And how much will that cost the client?
The client pays absolutely nothing. So that's an absolutely free tool. They can go onto it and use it on the website, play around with it, see how it works, play around with different objectives and different kinds of risk levels to see how that affects their return.
So essentially a person who knows very little about investing, about the stock markets and other places to invest, can go on there and get a profile on him or herself on what the most suitable ways of investing are. Is that how it works?
That's the idea. So they can think through what their savings objectives are. So we save for a purpose. I mean, it's always good to save just to create your own financial security, but you might be saving for a wedding, you might be saving for a car or a house deposit, or for your own retirement to supplement your retirement anyway. All of those objectives help you think through what your target should be for investing, and we've developed a tool to take you through that process, to just think clearly about what it is you're trying to achieve from saving.
I know with a financial advisor and a client, one of probably the more challenging things is to determine an investor's risk profile. How does your website handle that?
Well, we ask consumers what sort of risk they're willing to take. So we think of it in two different ways. There's both risk tolerance, which is what a consumer can take, and then risk appetite, which is what a consumer wants to take. And these are two different things, because you'll get consumers who, for instance, have a very long time horizon of 5 to 10 years or even longer, that means that they can and tolerate quite a lot of risk. But you do get consumers personality-wise who don't enjoy risk. They don't enjoy looking at the value of their savings and seeing them changing fairly regularly. And it's always important that consumers are happy with their savings. We don't want to put them into something that's a roller coaster ride and makes no sense for them. So we look firstly at their risk tolerance and then their risk appetite. And both of these are important, because you don't want somebody with a very high risk appetite, but someone whose savings objectives mean they shouldn't be taking risk as well. So that's another thing to guard against.
And this tool picker matches them up and
yeah, so we have some information about how to think about risk that consumers can think about and then apply to themselves, and develop both an insight into both their tolerance and also their appetite.
And then once you've got the profile of the investor, it gets matched up to who?
So we look through our database for products that will suit them. So for instance, there are some products that are higher risk, that are exposed to shares in the stock market, and then other products that are low risk, like fixed deposits that are guaranteed by banks, where your capital is safe. So we go through the database and say, well, these are products that match the criteria that you've told us about them, and then we allow the consumer just with one click to tell us if they'd like these service providers to contact them. So once they've selected those, it's very simple to provide their details, and then they'll be contacted about taking it further.
So basically it's a one-stop shop, all about the tax-free savings account, and especially for new investors, it is particularly useful because it answers a whole lot of other questions about their whole investment profile as well.
Yeah, lots of information and news about what's happening around tax-free savings, about the regulations, about how they work, and then also a tool to allow them to plan their own financial objectives and then to identify products that work for them.
Thanks very much, Stuart. as we said, one-stop shop for the tax-free savings account, and it's particularly useful if you haven't invested before.